Oh, who got that? Is today someone doing this? Wow. Are you take one piece? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Better than the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
by relying upon the perfection of wisdom, become manifest in complete Buddhism, the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. The perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Hayata, gate, gate, karagate, karasangate, oriso, Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom.
Spiritual speech, may all society activities such as foreign powers be stopped. May they come to us, may they be justified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances shall take courage for Allah. May the gods and tests of obstructors pass by. Reveal all provisions, for all increases in your auspiciousness, for your happiness and well-being here right now.
Good morning, everyone.
How's the weather outside? Cold? Really?
Warmer than yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, I'm scared, so I didn't go out. Just too cold. Really? Wow. The buffalo, they're big snow, right? What happened now? Melting? Yeah, there's a 6 feet. Yeah, taller than me.
Yeah.
If I walk there, I just go under there. Anyway, it's a wonderful day. It's very nice to we all come together, day by day, month by month, year by year. We all getting old. We're not old, are we? Getting old. Right? Then, the time never stop. Time never ever wait for us. Time, right? Not time. Time is very honest person. He's just very ego, right? Otherwise we have a lot of hooks, right? Many different doors. Maybe this country maybe not much doors, but but time is very honest, very strict, very strict. He just good, really. Therefore, we Buddhism believe time, to die. We born and die. It's nature. No one make judge. Okay, first you die, then you born. First you birth or the birth, burn or birth. Birth. First you birth, then you die. Or you die or you dead. You die. No one make that. It's the nature. All beings, all sentient beings. First birth, then die. That also not certain. Usually we say all sentient beings die later, also early, then younger ones later. That's not certain. Many conditions. Then we Buddhism believe, Buddha say, when you die, who can help you? It's only, virtuous action. There are many virtues, not necessary to Buddhism. If you really believe God, then God invites for anyone to good things. They don't say bad things, right? Say do good things, do good, do be kind. Then usually when we going to die, we know that if you do very bad things, that time we will remember that, oh, now I'm going to die. Oh, I do very bad thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm very bad. I feel very bad. Then it's too late. During that time, that's what we do every day. If you feel very bad, then we're not comfortable, right? If the kids or the parents give for advice for then we did something wrong, then we come back to home. We're not very comfortable, right? Even the parents doesn't know, but we're not comfortable. We say, oh, then my parents told me to do something that I do something wrong. Then we are not comfortable. Like that, who believe religions, then, if you believe, someone believe the God advised very good things. Then we know we do very bad things. Then we are very uncomfortable. And then die. Their kind of mind manifest, then they text for us to also help them. And at the moment we feel, very comfortable, we say, oh, I didn't broken, but intentionally to. I'm talking about the non-Buddhist way, okay? But I think the most the gods advise for the good things too. Example, the 10 Commandments, they're all good, right? Then you say, oh, I've broken the 10 Commandments. Then you're not comfortable. Then suddenly when people die, we don't know that people are going to die. They feel that they know. They know they're going to die. During that time, they say, oh, I've broken the 10 Commandments. No, I've broken God's commandment. Then very bad that you have that thought. During that time, you're more comfortable. Oh, yeah, I've tried my best. I feel, I didn't broken intentionally to God's advice. Then you're more comfortable, right? If your mind like that kind, then maybe bring to you up to heaven. Therefore, this is, I think the most non-Buddhism also. The Buddhism also exactly like that. We just call Buddhism that, but difference the Buddhism, non-Buddhism, I think the view, the view, they accept that self exists or not like that. The non-Buddhism, they believe too. We all create the God. It's true. I don't know. It's maybe not wrong, but we don't believe like that. But then the virtuous action, non-virtuous is very similar. Of course, there are many different, but the main part is very similar. The Buddhism also say, first we teach Buddha himself, first same is us. He also experienced all the sufferings, problems. The suffering means, I always explain, not something bad things happen. Whatever we not accept things happen, this is suffering, right? Whatever.
Accept. I didn't hear.
Whatever. Gari yimba na susu. Ndegi mena te tungares. You don't like it. What are things if you don't like? Is correct? This is suffering. For example, we are not like to call, right? This is suffering. We don't like to too hard to just check out all things. This is also suffering. Therefore, sometimes people doesn't identify that the suffering. There's suffering, big suffering, small suffering, medium suffering. Suffering, suffer. My teacher's here, then I have to be careful. I have to do a lot of homeworks. Therefore, then it's same Buddha's like same, exactly like that. Then he don't want to deal with the samsara, our daily life. Then he just skipped his palace. He's king's son, whole area. He had nothing problem to, everything's perfect, but he saw people going to age, going to sick. Then he said, oh, I don't want to do anymore like that. I want to check, is it possible to feel like that? Then he skipped. Then he cut his head. But usually the special people, head is the person's hair, not head. The hair is the person's ornament. Is that right? I think special people, right? Therefore, the monks have not hair. The purpose is they not touch. I think all of you have no attachment that you have. I think, yeah, this is, Bob doesn't have hair, he doesn't have hair, no attachment. I think usually the people are very strong, right? Usually, I'm not saying you have hair, it's very bad, okay? I'm not talking about that. But this is, usually the persons have very strong attachment, their hair, right? Then, therefore, the monks have their purpose to check out is not. Buddha just he cut on his hair. Then we're not allowed to render the juries here. You get a lot of touch. You put the saving box, you have something, then you lose key, then big problem, right? with monks not allowed to rain, they are very good things. Because they mix more us more touch, right? Touchment. They say, oh, I'm very nice, how you call it? Knuckles? You touch all the time there, right? He say, oh, my husband and wife give me very beautiful children, they always touch. Right? Our mind's always with them. Like that things, the what things more bring for us attachment than Buddha said. His hair, no head. Hair, okay. I think I got a lot of homeworks. Hair, right? Therefore, then meditation is possible to free from all the problems. Then he developed his positive minds and cultivate the abandoned all the negative thoughts. Negative thought means what? We say, oh, he doesn't like me. Oh, she doesn't like me. Wow, that's not a good person. That's not a good person. Like that. This is also negative thought, okay? I want to say some things to you. Just keep here very, try to hush while you just write down. The thoughts to negative thought. You don't need to just beat that. You don't need to shoot gun. All thoughts to negative. Sometimes people say, for us, maybe we think, oh, we didn't do any negative things. You guys think special the Westerns. Maybe you don't kill no one, maybe any big animals. Maybe you guys kill the cockroach, and maybe mouse. You guys kill. Otherwise, you didn't kill, maybe cows, horses, sheep, right? Then you think, of course, you did never kill the human. Then you think, oh, I didn't do any bad things. Even maybe you didn't fight in some in India and Tibet, and they fight the hand. They hit each other. You guys just do that, right? Therefore, you guys think maybe, oh, I didn't get any negative thoughts. Wrong. We do a lot of negative thoughts. We have very strong touch for us. Very easy to get upset, right? They're all these negative thoughts. Then we mind just remember meditation. Oh, because he doesn't like me, because he did that, he said that, he told something that. We just develop. They're all negative thoughts. Therefore, they're not thought, we do a lot of negative thoughts. There was one example we show, because we have a lot of problems. All the problems come from cost. From cause it. Closet. Cause. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of causes. Without cause, no result. Is correct?
Yeah. Yes.
It's a nature. No one make, right? Because we make hot water. The cost heat. Heat makes hot water. Without heat, no hot water. This is nature. Therefore, we grow the food. The last week, one my student, not friend, one Mongolia. She's Mongol, right? Mongolian. She opened the pizza place there. Then she asked me, Geshe, do you want pizza? I said, yeah, you can bring. She said, what kind of pizza you like? She said, food. I said food, I thought the vegetable, Yeah. Pizza food, vegetable food, right? Here the food, we eat apples, Yeah, fruits. Therefore, because yeah, she also never make the food pizza. But she bought very how many? 4 or 3 2 food pizzas bring here. I said, what? Because my English, Yeah, I said food means the vegetables, right? They put vegetable there. Yeah, they have 2 kinds, right? Cheese pizza and vegetable pizza.
Right.
But we say food, right?
Fruit.
Fruit. It's too complicated. There was she said fruit, with the apple or banana or cherries, like she put there. It's very delicious, yeah. This, my English make sometimes big mistakes.
You ate the pizza, the fruit pizza?
Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah. That day we do clean here. A lot of people, they say, oh, I never have this. Because no one made. It's very delicious. Therefore my English is not good then. Closet, we must put the clothes bed. Caused. Without cause, no result. This is the nature. We grow up the food, apple is maybe apple better, easy to. We need to put seed. Without seed, apple, we say, pray all the time, put water. Not food coming. Like that. Therefore, all the problems for here, many things are problem, every day, small problem, big problem, medium problem, they all come from cause and condition. They really have cause there, then put little condition, then make the fire. Right? Therefore, if we think, I didn't do very bad things about, we did a lot of bad things because we have a lot of problems. Right? The problems come from bad things. We don't need to write 2 long sentences, I never did bad things. Say that, but even you say 100 times, but it doesn't matter because a lot of problems. Because you have a lot of problems. The problems come from you do bad things. Therefore, then when we die, time to die. Now I have to do a lot of homeworks. She's writing a lot of things there. Therefore, during that time, we know what's positive, what's negative, good, what's bad. And remember that time, we unhappy mind, the manifest happy mind, we die. Then we Buddhism believe, even how much you good practitioner, the moment you die, example, you have attachment, or maybe you get angry, you die the moment you manifest manifest mind to angry, you die. If it doesn't matter, you do whole life you practice, you go to hell realm because you the very strong angry mind. The one life. Therefore, people are going to die. If the person has no good connection, don't go from that person. And some person is going to die. If I'm going to die, I'm here, I'm going to die. Maybe Bob and I have something problem. We maybe, bad relationship. Then Bob not allowed to come next to me. Because if at the moment I die, I see the Bob, I get angry because I don't like him. They piss me, I'm going to, Therefore, it's very important, we say, that people are going to die. During that time, we try to make the person's mind more calm down. They're comfortable. We say the person very good practitioner, then when we also read that their practice from their mouth, or someone he or she have very strong faith, their teacher, also we say to loud the name, the teacher at the front, the people die. Because during that mix for the person think about their practice or their teacher, they mix the mind also, positive mind manifest. Then we say also don't cry. Yeah. because you cry in front of that, then the person feel very sad. They show you a cry. Therefore, don't cry. And there are many things too, Therefore, I think Westerns say that you're going to die. They say, oh, you're going to die, right? It's Tibetan doctors, they're not very honest. They check, you're almost going to die. Then you say, oh, you okay, you okay, you go. Then others say, oh, he's going to die. Now you have to prepare. They do talk. Then, therefore, because he doesn't want to say, to directly that person. The person's not really then very sad, oh, I'm not going to die. Everyone believe the doctor, right? That what doctor said, that's true. Then my daughter said, I'm going to die now. I'm very sad. They must also make more go to manifest, very bad thoughts. Therefore, we say, even the person at the die moment, but this, oh, you very good, it's okay, you fine, you will fine. Then go to another hand. The parents are, oh, he's no longer a person. Like that, it's not honest, but this purpose is they don't want to hurt the person's mind, right? Therefore, we say, and the person going to die, that's very important to make very comfortable. That's very important. I went to also many people die. Therefore, very important. These are some mantras. Then, like that. Therefore, now Buddhism, I have to talk about that. We practice Buddhism is how you develop your positive thoughts. How you abandon negative thoughts. Abandon. You have to guess, okay? Just hang. You have to just hang my English. Therefore, they teach what kind of thoughts are bad, what kind of thoughts are good, what actions are good, what actions are not good. They teach for that. If we learn that, then we have to practice. This is the purpose to study Buddhism. Also, they say, it's true or not, you check. They don't say, oh, you don't believe that you don't go to hell. We don't teach that. It's my experience like that. It's true or not, you check. You meditation, you investigation. Correct? This investigation, you're not checking, some say, VIP looking for another person's record. You think in mind. More analytical meditation. Right? Meditation are two different. The meditation is not just only stay there, nothing to thinking. And you do then fall asleep. Right? But thinking something object. They talk about quality of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. A couple of months ago, we talked about Buddha, Dharma, Sangha quality. Then you check, is it real they have the quality or not? How you check? We don't see Buddha. We don't see. We don't have real quality of quality of the Dharma. We don't see real Sangha. How we find the quality? Read the book. Read the Buddha's talk. Then we have more faith or more understand, right? We can say this person's a good education, the person's speech, or person's job, person's action, right? They say, oh, some person's very good writer. You read some he or she's book, then say, oh, because the book shows the person's quality. Therefore, we have to, if Buddha has the quality or not, we have to read, study Buddha's scriptures, teachings. And then we have to study if Dharma has the quality of free from all the suffering or not. We need to study Buddha's scripture or the text talking about Buddha, Dharma, Dharma's quality. Then we check is true or not. Example, say, don't angry. Angry makes you unhappy. Then you check, it's true or not. Right? Did I get angry, happy or not? Right? Therefore we have to check. If you are jealous of someone, are you comfortable or not? They said, don't jealous. Then we check. Yeah, Buddha said, don't jealous, but they makes me more comfortable. Then it's okay, you can do jealous. But I don't think no one comfortable. You know, you have always something missing, or you have to do something all the time. You have jealous of someone. Therefore, like that, their thoughts, things, what Buddha said, we have to check is true or not. The analytical meditation. Okay? I think all of the most I think we all know very good, but problem is we don't do practice. This is the problem. You know, the Buddhism gives the example. Buddha is like doctor. Dharma is like medicine. Sangha is like nurse. The person has illness. He or she needs three, right? Doctor, he said, oh, this is your sick. Then he gives to medicine. The medicine, we take medicine, the cover. The nurse, all the time they come to take care of us. Right? Like that. Therefore, what we seek, got a pneumonia. We have all sick, delusions sick. Disease of sickness is delusion. Right? Then Buddha, oh, you guys very unhealthy person. We think I'm very healthy, right? Buddha said, oh, you're not healthy because you have a lot of delusions. It's true, we have checked. I have more delusions or not. Then Dharma, your real Dharma today we're going to talk then is helpful for us to practice the Dharma. What we call it? Sangha is a helper for our Dharma. Okay, I think better go to the text. Okay, I think I talked too much, my broken English. Thank you. You guys make me more same person. More courage. Then that kanje mandu be chu lojo chebe guden rode ta chi senda tang shima kangala ta jibo dewo then you are that chedre.
So the purpose of practicing Dharma is to bring happiness for ourselves and others in this and future lives. And since there isn't any who don't wish to be happy, and it is taught in the teachings, what brings happiness and what brings suffering, and whether that's true or not, should be checked by ourselves. So, for example, if you don't eat the food, you will not know whether the food is tasty or not. Can you tell the food, whether it's tasty or not without eating? So the taste of food cannot be known by looking at it, right? When you look at it, it may look very nice, but when you taste it, it may be different, right? So even the food looks very good, it may be salty. You don't know by looking at it. So only when you taste, then you see it salty, or if it's sweet. You have to taste it. It has to come in contact with your tongue in order to know whether it's a tasty, whether it's a salty or sweet. So these things, it's a very common thing which we know, from our own experience, right?
어디지 된데다 추구나 로즈 강 랍샤바테 레 두도 문도다 수수가 따제 지금 미치기 말 라바 주보랑 간도 지나야 아니 때문에 말해서.
And so similarly, whatever is taught in the teaching, you don't have to believe just because somebody said it. You can investigate yourself and experiment yourself and find out whether it's true or not.
그러와 된데다 된데게 추대 손바보들라 상제라 그래. 아니 공 추tem바 보인 말해서.
So the person who taught this dharma or the teaching is called Buddha. He's the teacher or the founder.
그래서 그 라바데 야보 렌도도 모두 담보 그강 송샤가 송들은 님 로종 전에 가도 쉬어져 그래서.
Whether he's true or not, honest or not, true or not, can be found by studying or reading his teachings.
그러와 다 된리 teaching이 냠레 전에 제 추어 이래도 모두 다 수수 강 송샤가 추대 냠레 전에 수수 다 나지 전에 다 렌도 모두 다 그래서.
And once it makes sense to you, then to really gain the experiment, you have to engage in the practice.
배차샤나 먹여왔지 세대 야보 말했으라 그래서 먹여왔지 제나 디긴 되블라 제가 동안이야 그래서 나도 라비 그래서 맞지 봐 빵와디 개발해서 대체나 먹여왔지 좀이 동안도 용거 말해서 그래서 다들 해도 뭐 동안도 따 그래서.
And for example, it is said that 10 non-virtuous actions are bad. If you engage in any of the 10 non-virtuous actions, you will experience suffering. And so therefore, since we don't want any suffering, therefore we should abandon the 10 non-virtuous actions. So when you make the commitment to abandon the 10 non-virtuous actions, then you are engaging in the 10 virtuous actions. And from engaging in the 10 virtuous actions, you will experience happiness as a result. And whether that's true or not, we have to experiment by engaging in the practice itself.
배차샤바나 저런 사대 칼라치기 저런 조고도 오면 소이나 아니 멤버기 어떤 저런 칼란 디기 저런 조고도 오면 소근도 다스 라면 수수때 마사바였나 아니 대사회 동아대 아니 매바 차서 모스.
So for example, if there's a certain kind of food that disturbs your stomach, and then doctor tell you that, oh, this is the kind of food that was causing pain in your stomach. And by preventing that, or by avoiding that food, you will be free from that suffering that comes from eating the food, right?
Oh, this examples, okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
And dharma is similarly, has to be practiced by oneself.
아니 나도 나사 트라이 매지 나는 나사 트라이 신문에 대다 맨들 와서 대도 지방 안소 녀모에 동아래 다 파타와 신문에 추들에서.
So it is the medicine that actually, eliminates the disease, right? That Great Treatise that gets rid of the disease. In the same way, the Dharma, is the one that frees us from the disease of delusions.
아니 추세대 다 소소 추집에 다도세래. 뭐니 추kon조세대 가르잖아. 다 봐봐서 그래 간지 동반이고 다음에 된 거서 또도배 가다라 아니 봐봐세. 아니 리트리 된 제다. 네. 다 제주 말에 제다 된 거지라. 아니 밥에 가서라 그래서. 이렇게 줘더래.
So Sangha, is a person who have direct realization of emptiness, right? And so that is the actual Sangha, the real Sangha. The actual Sangha is someone who has the direct realization of emptiness, who have all those 8 qualities of the Sanghas.
그러와 배차나 지타와나 진예바리 배에 대해서 그래서 지타와서나 아니 구도된바 진예바서나 지타와서나 대나된바 진예바서나
바보라는 말 같아요. 상계.
그럼 봐봐.
지타와도 진여서도 탐치게 말하고 잘 알아.
지타와도 진예바리 배에 대해서 밥에 가서 견디게 줘.
지타와서도는 다 대다 대신 체. 진여버스들은 강하게 받아야죠.
대다 지타와서에 다 줘 대단된바. 진예바서에 대 아니 구도된바 도백이 얘네들 댕을 된다. 견디게 좀 생이라고 주지 얘네 제단대비 밥에 가서. 아니 지타 진예 난간에서 진예바다 진예바리 배에 대한 댕을
Chidawada Chinyiba.
그래서 제다와서 돼. 대단 된 봐. 진입아 돼. 공부 된 봐. 어때니 또 이런 데에 강사지라 이게 줄라 그래서 뭐네.
And so there's a quality of knowing as they are and knowing as many as there are. So knowing as they are and knowing as many as there are. So, so knowing as they are means knowing the reality, right? The actual mode of existence, knowing the reality. And knowing as many as there are means like knowing everything. Like whatever as many as there are, you know everything. That means you know almost know everything, right? So anyway, so that's one of the qualities.
아니 개와서다 겐디 들어와. 개와서한테 다 완전들하죠. 대 되는 얘기들은 겐디. 고쳐.
And sangha, sangha is a Sanskrit word. Right? I don't know what it means, and maybe you don't know what it means in English. But actual word in Tibetan we call gedun. Ge means the virtue, and then dun means inspiration. Inspiring for virtue. So that's what sangha is. Inspire.
That's all, I think all
No,
of
sorry, aspire. So it means like wishing. Yeah, aspire for virtue, right?
Therefore, all of you sangha. Are you monk? None? No. 뭐 도대체 다 틀리지. 아니 잠을 주도 송도 was. 아니 개와 타와 년들하죠. 대대는 얘기들은 겐도스.
And so here the virtue is referring to the liberation. It's not just any kind of virtue, but liberation. And so the virtue is referring to liberation, and aspiring for that is called sangha.
어떤데다 먼저 누치네다 말로트치하다 세상 공반도 로트치 때는라고 말했어. 단도와는 것도 빠바로 시치마지 꼭 강대대로 세우도. 아니 딱 공바로 왜나 안 두지. 로노게 정말로.
So here, I mean, sangha has a very specific definition, word by word. But that is how we study in the monastery when you're studying in the philosophy text, with the philosophy text. But when it's explained, to a general public, then this is how it is explained.
간제 대로정 안도 지산로 단내 근데산데 지인치 도나로치 도도 안도 니네니데 소소 라네다지 고르와스.
And so the reason why we go through this kind of explanation is so that we can get some idea about sangha. We always say, "Oh, I take refuge in sangha," but what is sangha?
좋아. 그래다 쉬는 시와나 아니 문이지나 따로 주지 있는 제는데 간다 아니 게데 괜찮아서 대마에나야 다 게로 게출 아니 지대지라 게데 괜찮은데 시샤쪽으로 해서 배전도 두지 돌아와.
And so it is said that any of the 8 qualities of the Arya being, so whoever possesses that, then that's the sangha. That's actual sangha. And so that's actual sangha, the real sangha, the kind of conventional sangha, can be a group of 4 fully ordained monk or nun.
다 간제 게네세데 추드베 다도스 소소 추드발라 로바칭이들라 먼저 고쳐버렸어.
Then the other explanation of the sangha is that anybody who helps you to do your practice is the sangha.
그래서 만조라는 되게 커뮤니티데 다 소소강가 게데게 추드베 다로 장요레스.
So
토바루로 여와인자 만조들이 추냐 로존냠도 제 종으로 와서.
So our community, the people inside our community are our sanghas. So because of those people, then we're able to do our practices.
다 들으면서 숨바 겐데게 줄라 자주 소리가 아니 다 라우잔도 거든요. 라고 이was.
So today we're going to discuss about the precept of taking refuge in the sangha. So things that we're supposed to do and we're not supposed to do once we have taken refuge in sangha.
다 니기 되나가나 간지 다 니기 담고 겐데져야 돼. 다 겐데게 줘야 돼. 간지 니기 겐데티 땅 오늘 겐데라고 도왔어. 겐데 세대 다 된지가 아니 단대라고 나지잖아. 아니 다 잡아도 안 해. 같이 결혼 시대인지를 빠지 고군도 와서 된지 코나 강사 코나라야 기십체고 맞지 뒤가 둘로 남자 이번에 텔레 기십체고 그래서 정도 와서.
And so, so based on that explanation of the four, a group of four fully ordained monk or nun as a sangha. So here, Pabongka is explaining according to that. So someone who wears the ordained robe, and it's called sangha. So that you have to see that as sangha. So when you when you take refuge in the sangha, the things that you should do, like even if if it is a part of the sangha. Like the robes, they're talking about, you have to respect as a sangha.
Now, how you do that? Right? It's something, some piece here, how you do respect. 디가라 가르쳐줬나 남자 내 남게 강사들한테 얘한테 나치 요래 삼네 아니 기바쳐 그래.
And so, so you have to, that is so. You're not really respecting the piece of a robe itself, but taking that as the basis for you to generate respect. Towards the sangha. Based on that, then you say, oh, this is a robe of a person who have such and such quality. So therefore I should respect it.
And this one, 사인님은 also on the what? And then 산지 좀 된데 지주전에 된게 돈발랑스에 가다대 안에 돈반에 막 잡아와야 나야. 남주 메도 좀 라고 말해들어. 배차잖아. 메도 땀박하세대 메도 코라님바 가려면 가려나 메도 셈바 수직이다 아니 And
so it is said that once you have become sangha, even once you become sangha, in other words, once you have become monk or nun, even if you even if you are not monk or nun anymore, you still are different from others because of the knowledge that you have acquired previously when you were monk or nun. And in the example is given here, another example.
메토 니제죠. 메토 넘바지 배 신도 클라스. 신바들 라워스. 아니 결혼 좀 냠지. 되죠. 메테 젠다 탐죠 끌림 조스.
So here he talks about Tsongkhapa flower. You know Tsongkhapa flower, right? So Tsongkhapa flower is in the outline 205. It says the 10 rules of Krishnagarbha Sutra says, even the remains of Tsongkhapa flower is still much better than other flowers. A monk's ethic may have declined, yet he may be a sinner, and may be a sinner, but he's still superior to all the Titikas, means non-Buddhists. So Tsongkhapa flower, I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a dried flower. It's a dry flower, and so you use it, like in a high altitude where there's no fresh flowers. You use that as a flower in place of the flower, and that it has like a bark, a cover outside. And so when you open that, then you find all this, fluffy white flower, and that always stays like that. It never goes. It never decays, it never grows older. So always stays like that.
안타 된소라 지금 마기와 제가 얘는 가르쳐 먹었나? 아니야 고더라도 와서 라선 교인 돌이야. 이때 내바다는 내바에 바로 또 괜찮았단 말이야. 다 봐줘 왜 껴냈다야 말했어. 껴내치는 마다스. 봐줘들 연대 가서 영감도 치는 동안 말했어. 근데 얘가 대래 껴 따와 얘나 직체나 아니 이거는 지금 사제도 전체도 들어가더니 이 스바레 대라 아니 직견다 마기와 제가 때니 수수가위보다 더 하면 돼. 다 지쳐하는 거래서.
So then it says, if that is so, what sort of misdeed does one commit by not paying respect to such a person? As the forest, do not point out the faults of others. Do not have any thoughts of, I am superior, I am better. Such actions are the root of all recklessness. Do not despise the lowly monk. For an eon, you will not gain liberation. So it is taught, this is the hierarchy. So this is a great advice, because just based on what you see, you should not judge the other person, right? So because other person can be a bodhisattva, other person can be a Buddha, even though they appear like an ordinary person, but we cannot tell what kind of person they really are. If they happen to be a bodhisattva or Buddha, and you happen to say bad things to them or do bad things to them, then you create very, very serious negative karma that for eons you will not be able to achieve liberation or enlightenment. So that's what he's saying. So therefore, we should always respect others, no matter how they look or how they appear to us.
tenze yinbaza ta ndela tene nganzu kadina susu nyamle karchiwan tsinde loone chono nyamle karchiwan na kadi ropa roro nduro lekacharo kankala kiship chego reswa kadi na chik chönjönjö tsedeyo mares tati kores.
And so from this teaching, what advice should we get is that we should always respect others. The people that we live with, people we work with, people that we associate with, always respect them and never see any faults in them.
Muni gendi ta tawada ane mambo nganzu chon thoi ma tan den thogma doas nganzu te magi wachara ro marwas ina ta nganzu ma che dipate susu noro nduro te sagirwa tena da kijewa ko chego res.
So of course it's good to have many monks and nuns around, right? But if you're going to be creating negative karma based on them, then better not be around them, right? Because you'll be creating more negative karma. And so here you don't have that risk. You don't see many monks and nuns anyway here. So you don't have that. So therefore, the people that you associate with all the time, right? The people that you work with, or people you live with and so forth, should always have respect towards them.
And the method the pa the chichila kishewana chichila ichiyore mi chichila ichiyena nyoda nyondo as well.
So you should, if we respect each other, then we will have a trust in each other, right? If we have a trust in each other, we will have less problem in relation to each other.
Today that method ngadu nyoda kanga the pa the chichila ichimewanda ani kuchilagimeno ichilamo kuchomra ngado tobandamrasa ani nyoda kanga langa doas odan de tsinde pe mezumengado ngaraso goyagi talabja chemore shasrwa.
So many of our problems, with other person, comes from not trusting them, right? And having a doubt, thinking that, oh, maybe he's saying this, maybe he's doing this, maybe he's saying that, and so forth. So with that doubt, and then we create all these problems and create a bad relationship with each other.
Right? They say you got some, I think maybe than me, maybe some couples, right? Toboto chobansi, chowat mission by Yamdo, Yemen, Tobasa, and it's so. Someone consume and they chill up and take Gola, then young was.
So especially among the partners, spouse, husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend, if we don't have that trust, then there will be always these problems, and we'll have a doubt in our mind, thinking that, oh, maybe she's seeing somebody else, maybe he's seeing somebody else, and so forth. That kind of doubt, when we have that kind of doubt and don't have the the respect, and we will always have problems.
Today, the Labja to Karajana, Kadi Yamba Chik, Metri Junter and Toana, that's it, Jun Saka young Palinaya. Suzugo, Tangaranchi Matawa, Le Matawa, Maran Tonsa to Jaganation, rain or summer, Suzula Noran or this Pacho, Kitchamarthua.
So he says that we should not see the faults in them. We should always respect, and not see any faults in them. And it doesn't mean that they don't have fault at all. Is that you should not see it, and you're not seeing that, and other person not having fault is different thing, right? So when you say that, oh, they don't have fault, doesn't mean they don't really have fault. They may have fault, but from your side, if you think that, oh, it's not their fault, it's my fault, it appears like that to me because of my own negative karma, and because of my negative karma, it appears like that to me. Even a Buddha may appear like that to me because of my negative karma. Doesn't mean that Buddha has a problem. Buddha doesn't have a problem, that's for sure. But when he appears as a faulty to me, then it's my problem, right? And so from there you can see that it's my. So anyway, even if the other person has problem, then if you think like that, you have no problem. We'll have no problem. So that's the main reason. So that we should not see any faults in others. So for example, when we look at a snow mountain, with a dark glass, with a green lens or whatever, if we see that, look at that, at the snow mountain, what color will appear to us? Green, right? Is it really green? So whose fault is that? Our fault.
Think your deep meditation, it makes more real sense. Yeah, your question.
Yes. Regarding like seeing faults in others and seeing them as our faults, not their faults, you said that it's possible that they could be on their side, and it's possible it could be on our side. So should we think, if I see a fault in someone else, should I think to myself, it's my fault, definitely my fault, it's definitely my karma that's seeing this? Or should we think, it's possible it's them, it's possible that it's me, I don't know.
No, you don't change it like that. You said that's my fault.
It's my fault, so I should
This
think...
better. Yeah, this better. I said, maybe he fall, maybe not. Then you have doubt. Then you cannot think, oh, I'm the right person. Not that just, oh, this is my fault. I'm looking wrong direction. If we look the wrong direction, false, we can see all of us false. If your husband or wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, see student, teacher, we see if you see the faults, we can see, you don't see maybe just meet 2 hours, you don't see much. You stay 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month, you can see hundreds, thousands of faults. This is just you can check, right? Maybe, even in his own Dalai Lama said, he meets very famous, very actors, very famous people, right? Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Then he said, first day we meet just short time, it's very nice, Hi, how is it? Then a little bit longer they start to problems. They're all the problem. They're all, doesn't matter. Therefore, if we also, just see one day, just new foreign advice, nice. We don't see the fault. But, for example, sometimes, the couples, sometimes it's better to have this, culture, all Asia. Also, they have a husband and wife. Mostly the parents choose. The kids doesn't have choice. They say, okay, you married, then you married. Like that, sometimes, if I can't, me the chanda jaya marana, nga shigi samachi. Nimaji madi the nga ka jaya marana shigi samdere nga to yung was. Kanda nyama mamdana jaya mam thongro was.
So somebody that you have loved so much, and have been attached to that person so much that you thought, at one time you thought, if I don't get to marry this person, I'd rather die. Right? And then after some time, after you get married, then after some time you say, I would rather die than to be with this person. I would rather die than to be with this person.
Well, this is happened, right?
Before you say, I don't want, I'd rather not live if I cannot be with this person. Then later you say, I'd rather...
For example, this country all free, right? No one say, okay, you have to marry this person. You chose, right? But a lot of divorce we can see. Because they look at each other's faults. Then also this country, we don't accept the faults. We just, I'm done. Finish. Like that, right? Therefore, it's very important to, look the others. Don't look the faults. If you false in, Buddha's brother, so Sanjay
Cousin.
Buddha's cousin.
Yeah.
Devadatta.
Devadatta, he go with all the time Buddha. He see only false Buddhas. Right? Therefore, if you see look in the false, we see, look at all the false. Therefore, our Guru devotion, the lam-rim text, don't you look the teacher to false. Only you passport to see that even there's something doing wrong, you think, oh, this is my fault. Or there's maybe something teach for me. My teachers, very kind, same as the Buddha, then makes you more developed for faith, good things. If you look thinking false things, just looking, then you advice for your teacher. Therefore, this reason is because you don't look at that. Therefore, you don't trust other people, you lose your friends. You have a lot more problems. You understand? This little makes sense? This is just check it's true or not, okay? I think this two words is very, very important to teach for us. Then I have to say something I forgot. This I'm getting old, yeah.
In Shantideva's text, I was reading where he said that we should actually kind of feel bad for the people who do bad things to us because it's a result of our karma that is the reason why.
Conditions.
Yeah, right. That you're having that bad experience with them.
이제 재워나 수수기라 공로 사고 말어 왔어. 아니, 그냥 대야 붙여서 왔어.
So yeah, that's true. You say don't look at fault and others doesn't mean that they don't have fault at all. Like when Buddha look at us, does he see any fault in us? He does, right? Oh, he does. So you see, that's the difference. So when we look at somebody and we see the fault in them, then we always, have negative thought towards them, right?
Yeah.
When you do, that gets negative thought towards them, and then you get angry with them or complain about them and so forth. So that what brings, right? So will Buddha see that? So so Buddha doesn't. So in other words, Buddha doesn't see any fault. So that's for that reason we say Buddha don't see any faults. So when somebody is getting angry, what does Buddha see? Compassion. Right? Poor guy, he's under the control of anger, and therefore he's getting angry. So he sees compassion. So what he has is a compassion. He doesn't see the faults. So that's the difference in us and them. So that's why Shantideva said, yes. So when we see like that, we should have compassion towards them instead of saying that that's bad and getting angry with them. So poor guy, he's angry, and because of that he's going to do bad things, say bad things, and because of that he's going to suffer and so forth. So like that.
Makes sense?
To think about it.
Good. Think about it. Very good. Yeah. Yes.
I'm wondering if blame is closer to what it means than fault.
Yeah.
Because Buddha wouldn't blame somebody because they see it. He sees it because they're delusional. So if we were to see somebody doing something that, conventionally speaking, we think is wrong, but we didn't blame them for it. We just felt compassion for them. Yeah. Would that be? See, I would still think that's seeing them, but if I could do it without blaming them, then it might not be negative.
Yes, that's true. Yes. That's
Yeah.
But blame. So yeah, you can say in other words, it's a blaming, right? Yeah. But again, when we see fault in other people, what do we do?
Blame.
Yeah. So they are related, That's when when Buddha see the fault in them, then he doesn't blame, So that's not really a fault, not seeing the fault. See, when you see somebody being very sick, do you see the fault? It is a fault actually, right? It's a fault. It's the result of the fault. He did something bad, and therefore he's sick, or therefore he had a fall, therefore he had an accident. It's because of something bad he did, right? So that should be seen as a fault actually. But we don't see that. So that's anyway. So when you see like that, you say in other way you can say it's like a blaming, yes. Yeah. So for them, blaming to them for how they appear to you.
Red is.
Yeah.
For example, are you guys watching the news? All the time we saw faults, right? Problems here, blockages here, problem here. Even there are a lot of good things also happen that they didn't show, right? Then we saw all the problems, Then also we get something emotion, you guys get angry?
Yeah.
Therefore, of course, we look at all the faults, we are just regular, ordinary people. Of course we get. Now during that time, some example, the people cutting the head, there, it's red. During that time, very important, don't get angry. If we angry, it's not
So you can't do anything, by getting angry towards that, right?
Right? Then you can susu gegen lopaye bayna ya susu tawa lopaye na ya susu la kanji mari mishi wondere dupo chegno ije chewana kanji susu kayong ya was.
So instead of getting angry towards them, if you think of their poor situation that they are in, or because of not knowing the reality, because of lack of compassion and so forth. They're doing such and such bad things, and now they're creating so much heavy negative karma, and in the future they're going to suffer as a result of that. Oh, poor, like that. By thinking like that, if you generate compassion, then it's good for you.
오늘 드니고 내가 너로 말해봤는데 너로 레스 너로 레당아도 너로 왔다가도 배우면 도 같은데 자다 너 맞다슬라 버렸어.
And so that kind of thing that they're doing, right, which makes us to get angry in normal person, the ordinary people like ourselves. So we will get. So that kind of action, is it faulty? It is faulty, right? It's a bad, right? It's a mistake, it's a bad. But if we see that as a bad, will that help us? Oh, so that's similar to that.
Okay? Yeah, this is, you have to learn more. Anyway, yes, of course.
Righteous anger.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that?
What do you mean by that? What kind of angry?
Well, anger because an injustice has been done.
Mm-hmm.
So say the people who are demonstrating in Ferguson, Missouri, say a lot of their motivation is anger, but not all of it is selfish anger. They're angry because they feel an injustice has been done and they want it. Correct? So, can anger in a situation like that be a positive motivation?
콘도 사바이나 다 마롱와 제손라네 콘도 사바이나 다 밑에 소위 콘도 배셔 다다 때와 배셔 때면서 콘도라 밑도 배셔 마랭 밑 배도 저랬어 또 마롱와 제손라네 내 삼당네 데 콘도 사바이나 가서 걸 콘도 던달라 삼당 거다 콘도 던달라도 콘도 사거라 this 내 콘도 되고 그랬어
다 되는 콘도 돼 가지고 소소 맞지와 책는 지금 매우 따라서.
So will that anger make you happy? Right there shows it's not right.
If there is if there's a motivation to make the world a better place, not just for yourself but for everyone, can that anger sort of be transformative in a positive way, or is all anger just bad? So I guess that's because it's partly anger. I mean, a lot of it's and out there and demanding justice.
다시한테 나오잖아. 대야 보여지더라. 다 근데 콘트로 대 끊어대 니제 콘트로 사와는 벌써 개요 말들어.
콘도 사세요 말아. 닝조 콘도사는 콘도로라. 다 잡고 넘버 때도 열어.
이나
그냥 그런 닝제라는 거 잡고 넘버 때.
어디서? 배는 간주
밤에 보고 동동.
밤에 보고래 콘도 사인도 와. 근데 콘도 대야 가르나 또 빨리 자세 딱 담아 안 아마데 다 보고 사는 콘도 사라. 다 대양 그 말아서 게 말아서 그 야보치 대양 거 봐서. 이나 간주 되네 깔래 가고 싶어.
So generally if you talk about anger, it's bad. The anger in general is bad. You can show the aspect of anger, but if you're really angry, then that's not good in any case. That will not bring a good. Maybe temporarily it may sound like solving some problem, but in the long run, it's not going to bring a good result. So in Buddhism, we talk about showing the anger aspect, but not really becoming angry. Showing the angry aspect, but not, like when a parent wants to make the child listen or do correct things, and I say, oh, you better do that, otherwise I will slap you like that. That. So just to make the child do things. Like in the monasteries, the teachers, they punish the students, or the monk students, and they 내가 그런 폰로나 리가 그랬어. 이제 막 다들 저는 걸어주고 이제 내가 그런 리가 그랬어. So not even for a short time. You should not get angry at all. Period. So, but if you can show the aspect of anger, to inspire somebody to do something good, then that's okay.
가래 내가 가는 나도 가가 기운도 괴로워서 공부하는 나도 기운면 다 공부 많아서 그래서.
So because the reason is we all want to be happy. And if we become angry, then we will be unhappy. Therefore, we are advised not to be angry.
제가 고르는 고른 욕을 생각하려고 말이야. 제가 고르는 제가 욕을 그랬어.
So if you get angry, you harm yourself. You don't harm other person. You harm yourself.
내가 되더라고 그래. 고른 욕도 제가 고른 말라. 제가 욕인데 제가 대화 시대 좀 되는데 제가 고른 말아.
Because it's going to destroy your own peace of mind. You should not get angry.
다 대례 없는 것도 따지거든. 제가도 따지지. 다 상도 당하더라.
So this is what is said in the teaching, and this is what we are discussing here. But you can still, debate yourself or with somebody, more to find out really that's true or not, whether that's true or not.
Okay? Yeah. You have some question?
Yeah. So when His Holiness came to Austin recently, he made a point that I thought was very beneficial for my mind. When he said that if you look at how anger arises, and self-righteous anger is something I've dealt with for a long time and had a problem with, it always separates you from the other person, right? To be angry at someone is to emphasize the differences between you and them, and to think of yourself in some way as better because you're not manifesting or whatever they're doing. Whereas compassion is like almost the exact opposite. Compassion emphasizes the similarities and so on. So that was at least beneficial to me, to how even self-righteous anger, maybe even especially self-righteous anger, can be harmful. That came from His Holiness.
Quick question.
If I remember right, I think one of the secondary bodhisattva vows is to, if somebody's going to do something really non-virtuous, is that if you could get angry at them and to prevent them from doing it, then you should do that. If I remember right. But so the meaning of that would be you should display an angry aspect, not that you should actually feel angry towards them.
Exactly.
You can see the Buddhism, the lot of pictures, Dharma predators, very angry, very wrathful, angry. But this is not real angry. They show for outside that.
Compassion.
Compassion.
From inside.
Compassion. Yes?
I had a question. You were talking about causes and conditions and how karma is sort of manifest. Everything is due to a cause. There's a situation with me a few years ago with a friend that I was dealing with, and something that I had done that was really out of line. It was something that I had done and said that was really just non-virtuous. And it's played out over the years, and like I used to think, why did he get so angry because I said that or I did that? But at the same time, it's like I could see all the little things leading up to it. Like there were things like conditions coming together, and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back sort of thing. And I think that makes sense to me, but at the same time, I was also in a really bad a motor vehicle accident a few years ago where I could have been killed. And I just wondered was that even karmically conditioned? Was that, for that to happen, was that also, were there forces at play to some degree?
도대체다 그런데 장준신다 파가벼 답시체 되는 다 제마 그런 게다 되는 농부 정도 그는 되는 그런 것도 통한 것도 있다. 대 좀더 야구 명문데 그런 통한 것도 있어. 제마 그런 뭐라 답정 쇼송사. 되는 다대 게마디 제적이 레기 게임 기치는 대 쇼가 그랬어.
It's possible. It is possible. For example, this is if you fall to your faults, it's very good. Usually we don't accept our faults, right? You guys accept? I'm right. If you get fault, you say, no. Therefore, if you really understand, accept your faults, it's very good. Therefore, sometimes we have accidents. I'm also sometimes I think about why this happen. Those conditions, but sometimes the person not careful to driving, right? maybe their mind thinking other things. Maybe they're angry. Maybe doing something different direction. Good. They're not very stable mind. Therefore, we have got accident, right? Therefore, this is all good. So something like it was.
It depends a lot on your thought also.
Right? Then someone have not enough to
So I mean, it depends, that's why we say that karmic result is, karmic law of cause and effect is very subtle, because you don't know exactly what caused what.
Right.
It could be that negative karma that you realize later, which you had created, can be the cause for that accident. Cannot be, so we don't know. Only omniscient will be able to tell you exactly, whether that's or not. So, the condition, cause can be that, but condition can be many things. So one way the Geshe was mentioning about is the lack of sleep.
Okay.
So if you didn't have enough sleep, then when you're driving, maybe you'll not be, awake enough, or not be able to focus well, and because of that, that's called. So that is condition. The real cause, exactly what it is, we cannot tell.
Yan samsa yan necha ong chape ong ta kipta chene yan mordan ro yoros phone ke jan ro she chi chene yan.
And so the lack of sleep, which we say, not really, lack of sleep, or the sleep is the example of ignorance. So we call it sleep is example of ignorance. But here it's not really ignorance because you didn't have enough sleep, right? So lack of ignorance. And so sometimes, excitement can also cause, right? So if you are very excited, you're talking or you're dancing or, singing or something, and then, you don't pay attention on the road, and that can cause. So that's excitement, again, is like a part of attachment also.
Okay, yeah.
In a situation where you have children who are born with multiple disabilities, or children who are born completely blind, what is the thinking in Buddhism to say this children is blind because in past lives? Is that that is the thought?
That's exactly, yeah. When we saw the Buddha Gaya, do you guys go to Buddha Gaya? You go to Buddha Gaya, some beggars, some no eyes, even though they're mixing with those.
Yeah, no eyeballs at all.
So, I saw that, someone
And
just
eyes closed all the time,
Yeah.
completely closed.
다 당소 배변 대세까지나 아니 간도 녀마 산지게 때마 tartani 마 늪 된지 갑라 담마 늪게 쪼도 다 득바치 못 사인다 디긴 레베 온거 사자들 해주도 있게 말했어 다 된지게 레벨에서 가서 레시들 작은 도왔어.
So yes, it can be in many conditions, and it can make that happen, but the real cause is, the negative karma that they've created in the past life. So, like Geshe mentioned about that Bodh Gaya, is a holy place where Buddha gained enlightenment, and because there is a holy place, so many people, people who worship, who believe in Buddhism, go there and as to pilgrim the place. And because they're, going there with a virtuous that they're always, a virtuous mind, and very generous, to feed or give money to the beggars, and therefore there are a lot of beggars come there in that area, and many of them they are like blind, completely blind, and they cannot see anything. And so one of the explanation is that in the past, in one of their previous lives, they might have been involved in an action to degenerate the teachings of the Buddha, or in other words, like destroying the temples, destroying temples and killing the monks, or practitioners, and then stopping others from studying or doing their practice and so on. So that can cause them to become a blind like that. So that's one of the cause. The condition, of course, there are many things, so that's like that.
제행한도다 산지게 땜바 다 담보 달사디 내 제와제 도지대래 가르질 방고들 망보였었나 땅가서 남비가 가든한테 점바 동으로 지시 올라가다 다때 사자들 산지게 땜바 담보 다다들 던지 방고 뭐 가리였었나 콘조 티바라다 콜레닝 저와 용되게 봤어.
So they have this karmic relationship, karmic connection, from the Buddhism. Like this is a very very one of the most holy place in Buddhist world, that's the most holy place, because that's the place where Buddha gained enlightenment. And therefore it has to be a very, very holy place, so there should be like no sins around at all. But why there in such a holy place, why there are so many poor people, blind people like that, it's because they have been involved in the negative karma to destroy Buddha's teaching, the holy objects and so forth. So therefore, that's one of the explanation. There can be a cause, but it's not saying that definitely that's the cause. There can be other causes as well.
그래서 고도 대제가 원래서 양 안중원이야 고도라 지 봐야 또 되게 되고 당 안중 내 저대로.
So, but definitely it is, a karma from the past life that brought them to be born as a blind and so forth. And so, because of their karma, they are born like that. And then, of course, we by getting involved, to help them, we create a positive karma also.
뭐 tenley 다 오나 지금 가서 삼삼 나사가 지금 이런데 들이온도 대화다 수수 기왕 것만 내다 싸셔요 그래서.
And then, because of some kind of diseases, we go blind, right? And that also, has a karma. And the karma can maybe create this life or maybe create in the past life. Definitely, karma, as it is real cause, and then condition is maybe the disease or the decay or something in our body that cause us to go blind.
Anyway, this is a connection, previous life. Is I'm different. Then you have a question? No, he? Are you he?
So I've been trying to think more people's faults and how I should look at them. And if somebody, let's say that someone has what I perceive the fault is of always not being consistent and breaking with plans. Let's say that we make a plan to go to dinner and they don't come. Then breakfast, they don't come. Then lunch, they don't come. Those are actions that were taken. The way that I should see it is not really like they have the fault of not following through. Rather, it's that they don't see the negative consequences, and that's bad. Like they don't see all the negative stuff that happens because of how they act, and that's really how it should be seen. It's almost like you said, or I think someone said. It's really looking at it compassionately, and although they're taking these actions that I think are faults, really it's not that way. It's maybe I should look at it more as compassionately. Is that what it is? I'm just a little bit confused.
내가 제마 코란데는 미드도 도보통선에서 매우 차셔. 내가 딱 코란 안닝제다 내가 차에서 뒤거나 코란 닝제께 고래기 딱 코란 거는 코란 되게 코이쪽에서는 다 삼당 그랬어.
닝제 제어지 얘나 쫀데 파 코르마다 저 쫀데 라마야 보여서.
Yeah, it is fault, if somebody says, okay, we're going to meet at this time and they don't come. It's fault, right? It's a fault. But, from our side, we should not see that as a fault. Yeah, and we should not, if we see, like again, like Bob said, we should not blame them for them. They might have been, may have been into something, and that caused them not to be able to come in time, or, or something, or maybe, they just don't want to be with me, so they rather be with somebody else, or they don't want to come with me, so like that. We can, blame to ourselves, or blame to something else, that caused them to not come, like that, So if you think like that, then that you will not have that problem of becoming angry and blaming them and so forth. So if you will not have that, but still they didn't come in time that they promised to come. Therefore, it's their fault. So you can tell them, not that I mind, but it will be good if you come when you say you're going to come. Just let them know like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Therefore, we are not talking about it. If someone going to hit you. Oh, this is my karma, just don't say that. Not like that, okay? They say, oh, maybe I see this is my ignorance. He's not hitting me, that just not like that, okay? Like if someone will harm, just you have to run away or something to. But the purpose is from our side is not get angry. They make more, ask for more. Happy. If they happen, but someone who doesn't come on time, if you think, why he doesn't come, why he doesn't trust me, you think more and more, you get more and more angry. You think that, oh, this is fault, then maybe they have accident, maybe they have something happen other than you just more flexible, you more comfortable. The purpose we have said too much said that you must, we need more flexible, more quiet, therefore don't think too much things caring. Right? If you say we go to 5 o'clock, then you very extra, oh, I'm going to dinner, too exciting. They didn't come. Then you, because you make very big, then you get more angry. Why he didn't come? Why lie me? You get more angry. You know, yeah, I did not plan. Just you go, you're honest. They didn't come, you say. Oh, maybe, this is late, maybe they will come. Then they didn't come, you say, oh, maybe something happened. You go.
So if you don't think of yourself as more important, then you will not get angry.
Okay? Therefore, I'm not talking about if someone going to hit you, just stay there, okay? That time you have to go one way. Then you can, tomorrow you come together, you can say, oh, yesterday you do that, this is very bad. But the other person is really calm down. You can explain that. When they come in, they hear you, then they both angry together, you have to fight. During that time, if one person will step back, it makes more things cool down. Then you can explain tomorrow. Man, yesterday you did that. This is very completely wrong. Then other person will also not accept it's possible, right? But this thing is good. Very, it's very good. We all discussion each other's experience. Is very, very. Therefore, it's the dharma. Karo.
Sangha.
It's Sangha community, Okay, your question?
So to fully understand this idea of aspect of anger, in the case of the child or the demonstration, would it be sort of like you need to take this seriously? Like taking out the trash seriously, or you need to take our social injustice seriously? Is that an example of the aspect of anger?
다들 저를 딱다 쳐고 따서 세딩 것도 되는 콘도기 단 넘버 템버 시거레스. 콘도 넘버 템버 시거레스 거다. 넘버 템버 시거 말았다.
대도 코로나 개말 대도 그 개말어 코로나 개말어. 배나 보글라 저런 홍보하고 채워다 남편이야 온도도 그 코로나 개말고 남자도
well, you can do that, and out of compassion. Really without compassion from inside, but from outside you say, oh, you better tackle the trash. You better tackle the trash. So you show angry, but from inside, really, with a concern for other person, or for that person to be a good, bad person to be better, and I'm going to say this, like that. If you can have that,
the motivation is to better the person.
Exactly, for the benefit of others. So if for their benefit, if you say it, angrily, for their benefit, and of course with compassion, then that's what we mean by the aspect of anger. You're not really angry; you're just showing the anger. You're not really angry, But if you're really angry and say, "Oh, you take out the trash," then that's not an aspect, Then you're really angry. You're not.
You have to be honest with yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. That's to be of their benefit.
배나 밤아도 보고라 가데나 찌찌 니지라데 그 코로스는 개말아. 보고도 야보 영화 답시 그러고. 부기 fushel something.
Yeah, so usually when the parents they scold the child and correct them, and at that time they're doing it out of compassion for the child, for the child to be a better person, for the child to be good in the school and so forth. They're telling them to study, telling them not to do bad things and not to hang out, not to take drugs and so forth. Those kind of advice, is all for their benefit. So therefore, that kind of anger is good.
Okay. Yes.
Isn't this all? Isn't one way to look at it that this is about attachment? You know what I mean? With Ferguson, with what she gave, I should not be treated this way. So you get attached to a way that you need to be treated. With the plan, somebody makes a plan, I'm attached to I need this. When you said flexibility, it really is kind of trying to build less attachment and less kind of, I need this because of me, it's letting go of the ego, right? Isn't that another way? Is that
다 그런 거도 차병이 쳐버렸어 거다. 다 건조 내 제가 따다래 건조 되는 용음에도 도저 따다 용음에도 써야 돼. 콘서트 땡거는 차고처럼 내 도저도 나라 내 도저도 따다 용음 쓰는 데는 가서 가지고 거라서.
That's correct. That's correct. Also sub-church. Say me, I did that. I want that. He like me. She like me. Right? Therefore, Buddhism says you have to get up to I. You always think me, you never ever comfortable. Therefore, you have to exchange it. Because all sentient beings, same is me, wish to happy, wish to free from all the suffering. But we don't think with me, I want. Therefore, Buddhism says you need to cut off that. But this is very difficult, right? Everything is first me, then my. First is me, then my family, my relative. We don't see others. So therefore, the Buddhism, this is completely wrong. You need to change. If you think caring more others, you're more comfortable. You'll be more flexible. Even we don't think Buddha's teaching. Even the worldly, that some person caring others, a social worker, then immediately they all themselves, oh, this is a good person. The person caring all the time, only them. Even the country, some country they caring to what we call lack or more what we call that the word of figures. And I'm going to tell you that Zamli should sit out a peer the Gange. My Shajin to the pig was Yabuching.
So just like the world peace, what do you call the medal for the world peace? The peace, what do you call that? Nobel Peace Prize, like that,
Yeah, right. Anyway, this is only worldly things. If Buddhism say, Buddha say, you checking Buddha in our. Buddha exchanges the mind, thinking more others. We all think we. How situation? 로 너무 가로 동호진데 맛이 가로 시와란도 건너시래 그죠?
네.
근데 시와장 안도 맛이 동호산이지 다더니 저할 때서 제와 가로 현직으로
말 너무 좋아.
저러.
So there's anyway the difference between Buddha and us, is because Buddha helped, always help for others, and we help for ourselves. We help ourselves and Buddha help others. And because of that, then Buddha became Buddha and we remain a sentient being.
Okay. It's okay, yeah? Like that. Think about that, okay? It's very good. Think more, not just accept only Buddhism what they say. Reality. Think about more investigation, more debate yourself, Okay? Yes, Mr. Ed.
Picking up a little bit on this Shantideva, and Buddha wouldn't see a fault, Buddha would see compassion. Then we talk about Ferguson, then you mentioned the beheadings. Is it kind of true in that there are no innocent victims?
동안용 이미지라. 어쨌든 동안용과 제 강gen용 이미지라. 다 코로나도 소속이 뉴스 알았어 이제. 다 뉴마산 코로나다 콘도다 저기 기고 좀 해보자 다 가서 되네. then 예바되는 포샤 되는 게 말았어. 답변은 가서 예바 번은 가점 예바 맞잖아요. 그 정말 로고 지기도. 예바 메신다 제제 견도 콜러스 거기 되는 그 정말 로다. 그 정말 로디 다 콘서스나다 그 예바 맞잖아요. 그 정말 친구라기로. 이나다 그런 예바 지어라서 그러다.
그런 레지사르 레지사르 이나 그 젠트는 된 독쇼. 랭마지 사셔서.
Yeah, that's true. So every consequence there's a cause, right? And the consequence of, like, somebody stole something and then Bob got blamed and he got arrested, he got put in the prison, right? So Bob is experiencing the suffering in the prison. So there has to be a cause for their suffering. Yeah, not this way. Of course, definitely he didn't steal. He was blamed for stealing, but he didn't steal. But he must have done something else. So he's not, in other words, like, he's not innocent for experiencing that punishment of being thrown in the jail. So because he has done something bad in the past, not that particular thing for which he was arrested, but definitely for something else.
So if I'm sitting here and Bob No, just punches me and breaks my nose. No, seriously, I'm not an innocent victim because there's two karmas going there. His karma to punch me and my karma to be punched.
Yeah.
And the karmas.
Yeah.
I'm not innocent. I did something. So the person who's beheaded by the ISIS terrorists, we all know the terrorist is like,
Yes.
there's not good karma there. But the person who's being beheaded did something in a previous life that got beheaded.
Yeah, better karma record.
Or is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, your karma is the main thing. You know, the karma of the person, you know, to be beheaded, you know, is the is the cause for being beheaded. But there's a condition also. It's not just the cause. The cause doesn't work by itself. You know, it has to come together with the condition. You know, the seed has to have a water, fertilizer, soil, and so forth, you know, for it to grow. Just by the seed, it will not grow. But without a seed, there's no way it could grow. Yeah. So yeah, those people who did it are conditioned. So if Bob came and punched you for nothing, Bob is conditioned for you to, yeah. But the real cause is your negative karma in the past.
Okay, good.
That makes righteous indignation very hard. Yes. Because you tend to get rightfully undignified, wrong, rightfully upset with the person who agrees with you, ideologically. Yeah. So that,
Good. This kind of things, the karma is very, very subtle. Very, very subtle. Only Buddha can really details. Very significant, they say. But it's just indication. Okay?
So there's a funny story about karma, I tell you. In the monastery in Kapan, there was, you know, a monk. So we have in our own spoons and plates that we have to carry to go get the food, right? So he has a very beautiful, you know, a china ball, and one day he lost, you know, and then there was another monk. He said, "Oh, I can tell you by reading your palm what happened to your, you know, your ball, you know." And he was so attached to it. And then the monk said, "Oh, really? You can tell me? Okay, read my palm." And he said, "Oh, you know, forget about your ball. You'll never find it." He said, "Okay." But why he said that? Because he's the one who broke it. So he said, "You'll never find it. It's true, you know." The karma in the who? He said, what was the karma for me to lose my ball?
Like, you know, this is very, when we have to think more, it's very good. Everyone think different way. If we have more cautions, the more things clean. Otherwise, you guys just listen. Many things not clear. Anyone, you know, discussion, we give some subject, then you guys also more thinking. It's a very good study. You know, his own Dalai Lama always say, like study group, like discussion. When Tibetan tradition, even Tibetan teaching, the Tibetans never ever ask questions for teacher. What teacher say, just they listen there, because they're not really study. Now Westerns like to study, right? Then they have some questions. This is very good. You know, many things also we cannot answer. It's okay. It exists too. 나도 미시와드 시절 속에 알아서.
So the not knowing does exist, right? Not knowing exists or not? Just no.
Okay? Therefore, anyway, thank you. I think we'll stop now. Okay? Thank you.
Please turn to page 39 for Thanksgiving mandala offering. Saji perki juksing meto pram ri rab ling jin yi de gyen pa di sangye jing du mikte uragi drokun nanda jing la chur par Jetsun lame kutse rab ten ching nam katrin le chochu ye padang lo sang ten pedrun me sasum gid roe munsel tak tu nek yu chig idam guru ratna mandalakam nirayami. From my two collections, vast as space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. A short, long life prayer for His Holiness. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Rezig remain in life till samsara's end. Prayer that spontaneously fulfills all wishes. Tong yin ying ji zung du ju pe lam che che sel ze gong chen ten drögen chag na pe mo Tenzin Gyatso la Sewa Deb So Jedun Lun Drub Shu. Page 49, the short long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Tup Tsu Chang Jing Jam Gern Gyelwei Tenzin Kyong Pelwei Kun Zo Dok Podze Chok Sun Kur Wei Leg Mon Tu Dru Pa Dak So Du Je Gun Du Jab Ten Shug. The dedication, page 57. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious Supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Mig say wait chen chen resig dream Jang, Gang Chen Ge Pe Tsu Yen Tsongkhapa, Lo Sang Drang Pe Jab La So Wa De. Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you very much, Geshe. Just a quick few short announcements today. Next week's we will have a Wednesday night teaching, right, Geshe? We'll teach this coming Wednesday. It's Thanksgiving, but I think so. Thanksgiving is Thursday, so usually we do have the teaching on Wednesday night, or last year we did. Will there be a lot of people? I don't know. Celebrating Thanksgiving? Going away to see family. A lot of people travel, so I don't know.
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
Thanksgiving is next Thursday,
Right.
So we're figuring out if there should be a class on Wednesday.
I think maybe we give holiday.
Holiday? Okay.
Because, if we have class, many people are not coming, then they're not comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't go to families.
Relax. Yeah. No.
Come here anyway. Sit on the steps.
We last year, no, usually last year I think we did, but that's a single. If Geshe thinks it's best, then we don't have class on Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then we'll have Sunday class. No Wednesday class. No Wednesday class. We will have Sunday class. And then on the Saturday we do have a Tara Puja. We will have the puja, so everyone welcome to be here. Again, don't feel guilty if you can't make it. Sorry? Sorry, is it what? What time? It's 2 p.m. At the moment, yeah, it's 2 p.m. Does that time work for people or earlier in the morning? I'm flexible on that. Lots of things. Yeah, so we do 2 o'clock on Saturday. 2 o'clock Saturday and then Sunday regular class. And then, okay, so then we sorted. We will have Sean's class on Monday, and on Tuesday night there is no yoga. Wendy also cancelled the yoga. So Tuesday night we have Sean's class going on. And then just the final, we're on our final fund drive for our back screen door. We need $150 and we're done. I've counted. Everyone gives $10 and $5, we'll be getting there. So please help us just get this final one done. It'll make the Gompa a little bit warmer. Since we need to close the door, then we can kind of stop that flow, hopefully. So that's it. Thanks very much, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.